Hi all. Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Good morning, everybody. Well, just so you know, we have multiple topics to cover today. I'm using the above picture to start my video because I think it's just so telling. Have you all noticed, I'm sure you have, that whenever you see them out like this, she's happy, he's miserable. Anyway, let's move on to our first topic of the day. To start with, I'm going to do just a few housekeeping debunking items. Bear with me. And we're going to start by showing how Harry is changing the narrative to fit what's going on right now with him and Meghan. Watch this.
Fear of losing.
When did you start therapy?
4 years ago now.
4 years is kind of recent.
Yeah, but I wasn't in an environment where it was encouraged to talk about it either. That was sort of like squash.
So 4 years ago, only after meeting Meg, did you start the process of trying to figure it out? You hadn't tried it before? No.
Well, we all already know that back in 2017, Harry said it was William who urged him to go to therapy. Obviously, the environment was not bad because Charles has sought therapy in the past. I mean, he's manipulating the narrative. You shouldn't listen to what he said before. Just listen to what he's saying now. And now, watch this.
I thought my family would help, but every single ask, request, warning, whatever it is, just got met with total silence or total neglect.
Obviously, that is completely different from what he said right after they announced their step back. Listen to this.
I have the utmost respect for my grandmother, my commander-in-chief, and I am incredibly grateful to her and the rest of my family for the support they have shown Meghan and I over the last few months.
And of course, that's different from another statement he made. Watch this.
I wanted to be there for her. Did you tell other people in the family, I need to get help for her, we need help for her?
That's just not a conversation that would be had. I guess I was ashamed of admitting it to them.
In other words, he's having trouble keeping his lies straight. All right, moving on. Last debunk of the day, we have the statement by Harry that they spent 4 years trying to make it work, and they did everything possible they could to stay there and carry on doing the role and doing the job. And somebody on Twitter, as you can see, pointed out simple math. They got married in 2018. They left for Canada in 2019. 4 years. Now, Harry might be adding in their time being engaged, but I mean, they had nothing but positive press and they went through with the big wedding, so I don't think that counts. So next up now, we're going to look at some stories that have been coming out about what's happening in the United States since Harry's been doing all of this talking. And as I live in the United States, I can attest to the fact that the U.S. media is turning on him. He does come across as a child having a temper tantrum. People are getting tired of his constant whining and crying about his life. And, he's a multimillionaire who grew up as one of the most privileged people in the world. And you've got people in the middle of this pandemic that have lost their homes and their jobs. People don't relate to him at all. Now, the above article, I don't believe they've been torn apart, but they are slumping in popularity as people are catching on to their crap. Now, this next headline I want to touch on really quickly. We know that Lady Colin Campbell started a petition, and it has taken off like a shot. As of today, it's very close to the goal of 50,000 signatures. Let's see what happens. The next topic I want to touch on is Naomi Osaka, who withdrew from the French Open one day after she received a fine for not going to the press call. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because she got the fine and then she withdrew. And she said that she withdrew it because she suffers from depression. Interesting. She's good friends here with Serena Williams, who we all know is friends with Meghan and Harry. I have absolutely no doubt that she's going to show up on the next installment of the Me You Can't See. And for those of you who are worried about her and, oh my God, you make all this money playing tennis, don't worry. She's worth over $55 million. She can afford a $15,000 fine, and she's just going to be just fine. Don't get me wrong, I'm not discounting the fact that even the super uber wealthy can have depression, but they have the money to pay for therapy. You know, I'm aware that's a big leap of connecting the dots that I've got going there, but when she started playing tennis, and as a professional tennis player, she knows what's required. She knows what's expected of her. She knows she has to meet with the press. And so I'm finding it hard again, another multimillionaire, I'm finding it very hard having sympathy. So I would love to hear your thoughts about the debunking. If you live in the United States, I'm sure you guys all live all over the United States and not near me. I would love to hear your thoughts on that and your thoughts about what happened with the tennis star. Make sure to leave your comments below. You know you can email me. You know you can follow me on Twitter. Don't forget about that coffee fund. And as always, have a great day.